How's it going, folks? How's it going? Y'all already know the ways. It is Zachariah White, aka Big Daddy Drip, back at it like it's nothing with this drip in the sauce, cause I am the boss. I am back. We are here. Of course, I told y'all we had to double back. We had to circle around. All right, because y'all already know we still have some more stuff to get into. I didn't even, as far as the pop fly warm up questions, I didn't even get all into what it was that I was trying to get into. But nonetheless, it's cool. It's cool. That's how it is sometimes. Sometimes it's just how it is, man. That's just how it is. And all that leaves is for more stuff for us to get into, later on. All right. But I was trying to, take a little bit of time to figure out what the heck it is, that I can do, how I could, get this whole thing with Spoon back working. I don't know. I think I'm going to take a little bit more time to try and figure that out, you guys. I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite certain. It's not letting me do my thing there, but it's nonetheless though. I'm very happy. I'm very excited to still get it on and popping with with YouTube. Still get it on and popping with Buzzsprout. I may get the names off. Buzzsprout, Podbean, or yeah, I believe I'm not too familiar. I'm not too familiar with the names. You know what? But nonetheless, though, I'm pretty sure y'all ain't too familiar with me. But we're about to get ready to become acquainted with one another. So you know what? It is all fine. It is all dandy. All right? But nonetheless, though, we can get it on and popping. We can get it on and popping. Get on to the good stuff. I don't quite know how many of these we'll be able to get into. But nonetheless, so if we happen to run through all the main ones that I got ready, then, hey, so be it. We had one hell of a time. But, again, enough with that. Let's go ahead and get into it. The first of the three main questions that I had prepared, or main topics, rather, actually no, I only had two prepared, excuse me. But the first topic that I have I dubbed it the cancellation of Kevin Samuels. Now, granted, again, coming through, and it's fitting that we started off the first video, part one, talking about essentially what were some notable things to come out of the summer. This was a notable thing to come out of the summer. The calling for the cancellation of Kevin Samuels. Some people supporting it, some people against it, all that other sort of jazz. Now, the reason why I chose this topic and the next topic that I was going to talk about is more so within today's society. There are a number of dilemmas, a number of issues, a number of topics, right? And I won't lie, you guys. My approach, I'm a very general kind of guy. Very sometimes I won't lie. Sometimes I may be on the fence. I'm not going to say be on the fence. I think I'll speak more to the point of general. I sort of kind of understand where this side's coming from. I understand where that side's coming from. I understand why this party did this. I understand why that party did that. I understand how this party could take this action and interpret it, in this particular way, right? Even when the person on the opposite side may not, they may not see what I see. They may not see the reason that I do, or see how this reasoning, rationale, or whatnot, is so important to this person. Basically, I understand, I do my best to try and understand, factors, how they play a role, and and how they, I guess, factor in the situations, I just try to be very understanding as to why, this group did this, why this person did that, blah, 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 all that other sort of jazz. And oftentimes, I sit back and think, and sometimes I might just be like, well, fuck it. Sometimes the shit, I'm like, shit, man, hey, this was a pretty sticky one. So you know what? Hey, you know what? Y'all gonna do what y'all do, and may everybody come out all right. Sometimes, a lot of times, I find myself, that may be the general gist. And to be honest with you, for the topics, again, even the cancellation of Kevin Samuels and the next topic that we're going to get into, that might be the general gist of that. What I just said may be the general summarization of basically my take on that stuff. But nonetheless, though, again, I'm trying to, very similar to me trying at times, putting myself in situations where, I'd have to, talk and interact with people or whatnot. I'm putting myself in that position where it's like, okay, this is one of those topics that, society, social media, society, all that other sort of jazz is entrenched in. This is something that matters. And not only that, it matters so much to the point that if you happen to come about and just because people are a certain kind of way, cancel culture, I don't know, just everybody, people is just a certain kind of way. Hey, listen, you might mess around. Hey, people might mess around and try to try to impose social pressures and all that other sort of jazz upon you. So I tried to, I guess, I tried to put myself in a little bit of fire, and I'm going to try to I guess, keep doing that. I guess in healthy doses, right? Make sure that I guess do it in a controlled or right way, effective, efficient, all that other sort of shit. But anyway, enough with all the generalities, right? Let's get into the topic. The source. Now, granted, all the information or a lot of the information that I'll be talking about, I just happened to pick up from one source, right? And not only that, I did it in this particular fashion on this particular occasion, just because, although again, I'm still trying to. We're still growing. We still got a good bit of growing to do. I think that this is something that I may mess around and revisit. Just as I have. I interact more with you guys, and perhaps I have people on and all that other sort of jazz. All right. But as far as, again, the information that I have comes from Rolling. Wow, my eyes are really bad. If I'm correct, that says rollingout.com. Oh yeah, of course it says rollingout.com. All right. And basically the little bit of information that I picked up from that I typed out from that particular article. Kevin Samuels, of course, lifestyle, or the lifestyle coach and image consultant, right? But there was, due to the rhetoric and all that other sort of jazz that he put out, there is a change.org petition to remove him from the social medias, and I think it's probably over this amount now from what I saw from another source, but it was for Rolling Out, it stated that it was over 11,000 signatures. All right, and of course, some stuff. Again, a lot of people are in support of it just because it's talking about, with the removal of Kevin Samuels, increased support for women, and then so there was from not saying that this is real. I'm saying this piece of information is what was stated on Rolling Out as a supposed link. I don't quite know about correlation, but connection of some sort between, again, whatever it is that Samuels is talking about to real life crimes or whatever, particularly those committed against women, and more specifically those committed against African American women, right? Basically, basically the gist was that, because Kevin Samuels is getting on social media, doing a whole bunch of talking in this, in support of men's rights, that's linked to a number of different crimes committed against women, and I guess as it empowered the criminals to go about and do that sort of thing. And I'm not saying that is true or that is false. I'm merely with what I just said. I'm merely reporting what I just put. What I took in from one particular source, right? And as far there are those in opposition of the petition. I think the one thing that I put down, I only had one point that I noted. It was just I saw a couple people. They on the website. It had like quotes from people, or for I guess what people posted on their Twitter timeline or whatever, and essentially a couple of people in opposition. It was sort of kind of pseudo opposition. It was like, okay, well, just don't pay attention to the particular. Don't pay attention to Kevin Samuels. Don't call into his shows. Don't. If it really bothers you, don't feed into it. Like basically, and I guess. Well, no, not I guess. A question that I proposed to myself, and a question that I proposed to you guys. Maybe you guys have had this talk with your friends, families, all that other sort of jazz, or maybe you haven't. But a question that I proposed to myself, and I proposed to you guys, is what's the take on the presence of Kevin Samuels, and even maybe even broader. What's the take on him and like-minded individuals? Now, again, for you guys, if I have anything off, if there's anything that I'm missing, you guys feel free to leave that down in the comment section. Feel free to incorporate and add that. All right, because when it comes to painting pictures, when it comes to talking about things, we need there to be. If we're going to talk about a painting, right? We need all of the features, or as many of the features as we can get out and we can identify and we can talk about and we can point out. We need as much of the picture uncovered as possible, right? And I recognize that I may not have all of the picture recognized, even though I try my best to at the very least get something, get something, and not bullshit and lie about what the hell I see. But but nonetheless, though, you guys feel free to leave, to comment your thoughts and comment other pertinent information, right? But as far as what is the take on Kevin Samuels and like-minded individuals, I won't lie. I looked a little bit on TikTok, looked a little bit on YouTube. Again, social medias. I'm sometimes I'm in, sometimes I'm out. As far as what I think, I think to some degree, you know what? I'm not. My fault. I'm not gonna resort. I'm not gonna be like, oh, you know what? Well, God does things. God works in mysterious ways. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna try and cop out. I think I'm trying. Honestly, I think I might be dancing around the fact of saying that, there are definitely benefits. I think it may be a good thing that Kevin Samuels and like-minded people, again, speaking, I guess talking the same talk as Kevin Samuels, is out and about. Just because, and this is no original thought. This is something that I saw. Of course, when it comes to when it comes to, I guess, this sort of thing, when it comes to relationship dynamics, gender dynamics, or whatever. I guess it's you know what it is that Kevin Samuels does: lifestyle coach and image consultant. Basically, that field or that related stuff. And we definitely can. Again, I'm speaking. I'm only preaching to the choir. Whenever you look on TV, there's a lot of stuff geared for like I guess geared towards women, right? And not saying that there's anything wrong with that. If people, I guess, regardless of the group or whatever, they need things. They need stuff tailored for them, right? But what I will say, and it's good that because with what it is that he's bringing about, although not everybody may agree, not my apologies, not everybody may agree, but I mean, nonetheless, he's sort of kind of bringing some of that same sort of oomph, that same sort of support, that same sort of tailoring. He's bringing that for men, and I'll also say this. I definitely, I'm not saying that again, I watch Kevin Samuels all the time or whatnot, but I do happen to I do happen to catch him here and there. But yeah, no, I think essentially just given the fact that I don't know, it just I think I'm also a proponent. I'm a supporter of, I guess, balance, right? So seeing it as, when it comes to this sort of thing, there's so much for women. I was about to say other particular groups. I don't even I know, like, what I know for. Okay, looking at the picture. What I tell you guys. I'm just telling you guys what I look at the picture. I know for certain, right? My eyes tell me that, again, there's a whole bunch of stuff for women, right? And for what he's doing, again, he's bringing that same sort of thing for men. So in a sense, it's sort of kind of balancing out, and is I don't quite, what I'll say is, some of the stuff that Kevin Samuels ain't gonna fuck around and shoot 100% with everything that he's saying. Nobody's gonna be shooting 100% with everything that they say. Regardless of who it is. I don't care if it's the Pope, President. I don't know. Regardless. But nonetheless, though, I don't necessarily. I don't think ill of it. I don't think ill of it. And if, I guess, even further, if I had to be even further direct, like, okay, well, if you got a choice to, like, if the petition comes around to you or whatnot, are you signing it? And I respect everybody's choices, but I'm not signing it. I'm not signing it. But yeah, good talk with that one. I think, again, that's something that we're going to have to table for another time, because there's more to get into. All right, and especially this is a particular conversation that is like, it's fun to have with somebody else, particularly somebody else who's keen and aware and cognizant of this particular topic right here. But there is another topic, very, how do I say this? Well, like, I'll say pertinent as well, because on top of, the calling for cancellation of, of Kevin Samuels, and of course, I told how I mentioned, specifically on the point of balance, right? We have, of course, the baby controversy, right? And I have a couple. I put 4 quotes. I got 4 quotes, but on this particular source that I got, There was a whole lot more. There was a whole lot more, but you know what? I think I'll save that for another time, just because I did not want to get to. I did not want to. Although I'm perhaps I may read these particular quotes. I did not want to make all the discussion or most of the discussion or whatever, based on we can read and talk about the stuff that's within quotes, but I didn't want to make it all about, okay, well, fuck, okay, we turned this entire this segment of the conversation into a freaking reading class, because we're just reading all the quotes that everybody has, all the celebrities apparently, have said and voiced their opinions or whatever on the particular matter. But the baby controversy, the information basically that I have for you guys is coming from Billboard.com, and wow, just though. Only thing I can say is wow. It started off with this quote from the Rolling Loud, the Rolling Loud concert or show. If you didn't show up today with HIV or AIDS or any of them deadly sexually transmitted disease that'll make you die in 2 to 3 weeks, then put your cell phone lighter up. He told attendees. All right, ladies, if you smell like water, put your cell phone lighter up. Fellas, if you ain't sucking dick in the parking lot, put your cell phone lighter up. Okay. And there's a whole lot of people coming out, and we'll get into what they said. But I just, wow, never mind. Wow, okay, hey, listen, I got a call. All right, you guys, this is what's gonna happen. All right, my fault. There's gonna be a part 3, but I'm gonna cut it right here. All right, thank y'all so much. I think this might be urgent, but I'll see y'all in a little bit.